Andrew, what's going on at Mid-America lately? I want to give you an opportunity to talk about the seminary. I serve as a board member. I'm happy to be one. But it's good times for Mid-America, isn't it?
Yeah, we're having a great time. We're just at that time of year where we have prospective students visiting. We have new faces showing up. The students are all getting ready to go off on summer assignments just in a couple of months, and you can see the sort of eagerness and uncertainty and all kinds of emotions that they're going through as they think about, well, where am I going to wind up? Where am I going? What's that church going to feel like? So, yeah, it's a fun time of the year. And and it's interesting too, because now this is my third year here, so I'm about to watch the group of guys that came in with me graduate. And
Wow.
that's really been amazing, watching their progress. I mean, just seeing these guys grow in 1 year, and then in the second year, and then all of a sudden seeing them, and they're and some of them are already, there's just nothing is official, but they're already visiting certain churches that, who knows, they may get a call there. It's mind-boggling just how quick time goes, but exciting to see too their growth, and they're going to be young to the ministry. That's what all of us were, but just seeing how equipped they are has really been humbling. It's more a testimony to their strong work ethic. I don't want to take too much credit for it, but we've tried to put together a curriculum and tried to have a focused instruction that gets them to this point. So we know that we've done due diligence too. So,
well, I very much appreciate that about the seminary, your concern and the direct involvement with local churches, not just saying so, but real explicit ways and official ways in which the seminary is actively involved in the local church, and it spans the whole gamut. I mean, I'm here today because the seminary requests that the pastor of a student be here for the student's evaluation, if you will. They'll speak to me about all the many great things about our student, about ways in which he could grow. I can speak very frankly about strengths and weaknesses, and then you, as a faculty, take the remarks of the local church, not just me as the pastor, but the whole session. And oftentimes I've had the case where you've changed, not official curriculum, but you've altered things in the syllabus, or you've spent extra time with a student to help him with various things. So it's a true bilateral communication between the seminary and the church, whilst the seminary knows that rightful spiritual authority and proper spiritual formation happens in the church, but you're a servant to the church, not just with lip service, but actively involved in it. But it also goes outside the classroom too, because my father's church out in Rockford has been searching for a pastor. And he emailed down here for some pulpit supply, thinking that, maybe we can get some students. And Tracy was so kind and just actively worked, and next thing you know, the whole faculty, it basically is signed up over the course of months to provide pulpit supply. And that includes professors who aren't even in the OPC, in that denomination. But that's the kind of thing that I've seen over 6 years, at least, being near Mid-America. That is par for the course. That's tremendous. That's a tremendous par level, I should say.
Yeah.
And I would not expect that from seminaries or professors everywhere you go. But it really does warm my heart to see that that's a typical thing. And it shouldn't go without saying, but the way things are treated around here, that's just what you do.
It's a cool learning community. It really is cool. I mean, we've had, every school will have some type of field work, obviously, that, how do you call yourself a seminary without that? But I've just never seen this kind of intentionality with a field program, to actually have an apprenticeship program, built in, that sort of is the bread and butter of what we're doing here, and knowing we've got the Ministerial Apprenticeship Program going on, just so affects how we think about lectures, how we think about curriculum, how we and then like you say, these meetings where the local pastor comes in, meets, discussion with faculty, and the nice thing is that whatever faculty advisor so there's just this great kind of team effort to build up this young man, or whatever their age is, but build up this man who's training for ministry, and how that enables us to even go out of there thinking about other kinds of curricular ways that'll changes maybe or improvements that would continue to help us to train men for ministry. And just throughout the whole MAP program, I mean, we just had our theological reflections in the last month, and I've been so amazed by that whole concept that, okay, so these guys go off, do their summer assignments, they have an interview in the fall where, faculty members sit down with them, hear from them, how did your summer assignment go? Professor Vanderhart is just has this this long built up procedure of how to ask questions, what kinds of questions about it, how to guide them to reflect meaningfully on their summer assignment.
Decades,
and he's watched so many different things happen, and so he's such a great director of the Ministerial Apprenticeship Program. But after that interview, there's an additional component where we do these theological reflections, and here too, the really neat thing is it's not just an issue in ministry. Okay, how do I deal with the fact that when I was doing this summer assignment, somebody complained about this topic or whatever, and or the session did this, and was that right? What would have been? But he's saying, but what are theological and biblical principles operative in answering that question? So it's just continuing to bridge the biblical, the theological, and that sort of vocational, concrete, merging them together. So it was fun doing these theological reflections. So we had that about a month ago.
Wow,
it's been another cool year.